Welcome to the motherfucking vlog.
Welcome to the vlog. Welcome to the vlog.
Welcome to the vlog.
Welcome to the vlog.
Welcome to the vlog.
Welcome to the vlog.
Welcome to the vlog, season 3.
Welcome to the vlog.
Since we had Monday off, I slept in and then gymmed.
Hello, we have gotten back from the gym. We had a good workout. I'm just having a little bit of cereal before I do my driving lesson with Molly and my dad. I got the first session out of the way last week, so hopefully this one goes well. Sorry, there's literally so much construction outside. I fucking forgot about that because I haven't been at the house during this time of day in so long, but yeah.
Got the L on the car and then went for my lesson. I actually drove all the way out to Burnaby, which I was super proud of myself for doing, and then we got some paintings to my dad's studio and he gave us these lovely portraits of me and Molly, and then Molly got to take a turn driving, and then I hung out with Turner for a bit. We went to the mall, I got him a little snack, and we just sat outside and had a little bit of a nice little hangout before going home for pizza. As usual, everything was super delicious and it was just a really great evening with the family. The next day I was back at work and gymming with George, and it was cold enough that I had to wear gloves outside. I came to the office and I didn't really film, I was just doing work all day. I hung out with Kieran and Nathan in the evening. We saw this adorable cat on the way to Nathan's. Nathan made us a delicious dinner from scratch. It was so good. It was a Panam Thai curry, and he is just such a good chef. I enjoyed this meal and hang out with them a lot.
I am in a great mood. I hung out with Nathan and Kieran, and I just had a really good time with everybody. Nathan made us dinner. We just chilled out on his patio and enjoyed technically the last day of summer. Nathan's actually about to go to Portugal for like 3 months, so it was a nice opportunity to say bye and to catch up with Kieran because he's been away traveling all summer too. I know it's like weird, but I'm actually like in a really good place. I'm joking, it's not weird, but I'm actually very happy with where I am. I do have something that I am going to rant about later, but I will save it for when it is not midnight. I think we need to have a girl talk, and I think it'll be really nice to be able to get some stuff off my chest, so stay tuned for later in the video when I do this. But yeah, I'm gonna go to bed, get about 5.5 hours of sleep, and I'll be good.
I woke up on Wednesday, I gymmed with George, and then made my way over to the office. I had a pretty good day at work. For lunch, I met up with Silk, and we just got some tea together, and I just came back and made a playlist, and I finished my day at work. I came home, got my stuff together, went to my grandparents' house for supper, and we had a delicious meal with them, and it was so nice to just be able to spend time with Molly and my grandparents. After we were done dinner, we had some grapes, we watched a little bit of Wheel of Fortune, and then Molly and I walked back together. We walked all over the Canby Bridge, and I was sleeping over at Silk for a couple days, so me and Silk hung out with Blue for a little bit. She was absolutely obsessed with me on this night. It was so cute. Hello, we are off to work. Did a quick session at the gym this morning. I ran 5 kilometers. Today I have like 2 meetings. I'm kind of just like a little mentally tired. It was a short week, so I shouldn't be, but I don't know. Work went well. All the meetings went well. Before I knew it, I was already at lunch. I had lunch with one of my new coworkers, and he's really nice. And then I just came back to my desk, and before I knew it, the day was over again. Just got dumb shamed for not being able to read this.
You can't read Japanese?
Me and Silk did some fall baking. We also picked up some banana leaf and watched Below Deck, so it was just a perfect evening. Very much fun. We burnt some of the cookies, but everything still tasted good. On Friday, I went to the gym, and then I walked to work with Silk. She dropped me off, and yeah, I just spent the day doing work. Everything went well. I had lunch outside, started raining, so I moved inside a little cafe. Hello everybody, I am done work for the week. Today was good. I think I just finished some stuff, so towards the end of the day I had a little bit of free time, which I don't like having, so it made the day end a little slower than I would have liked, but I'm sure I'll get some new projects next week that'll make everything a little bit more tolerable, you know? I went back to Silk's house and we had supper together, and then I walked back home, still trying to avoid the bus. I was on my way to a cute little movie night, and we had a lot of fun. We watched Call Me By Your Name, which I had actually never seen before. It was just an overall really good night.
I'm so excited to sleep in my own bed and to not have work tomorrow. Everything just feels very good. I had a good time at the movie night, just very sleepy and excited for tomorrow. Hello, I had a great sleep and now I am on my way to go on my Saturday walk.
I had a great walk. I walked over to Molly's house and then together we met up and walked over to the farmer's market where we met up with my mom, and we went to my grandparents for lunch, which was really great. So good to see them as usual. In the afternoon, I met up with Turner and he was feeling hungry, so we went and got ramen for him, which looked really good. I didn't actually get any. I did some editing and then it was time for us to go to the concert. We went to Black Rice Izakaya to start out the night.
Sometimes your brain just turns off, and that was my brain off.
First openers for Jack Harlow were super cute. They all showed up wearing Canucks jerseys, which I thought was adorable. And then it was City Girl.
They got to light this bitch up. Everybody on top, light this bitch up. In the back, y'all ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Real ass bitch, get a fuck by nigga.
What?
Big fucking bag, home fries, six figures.
What?
Marks on my ass, don't be calling.
What you doing?
Fucking on his scamming ass, franchise. Pussy so good, he got my name on it.
The same drive, you in park now. Whip gotta upgrade. The tint's dark now, the same ones that used to fade. And one of the things that's been driving me my whole life is this desire I've had to be one of the greats. I've always wanted to be a legend, such as like Wheezy. The first time I came to Vancouver, I did Fortune Sound. I sold so few tickets, maybe 15, that they made me perform on the ground. I wasn't even allowed to use the stage. No, you don't have to boo. You don't have to boo. It was just the nature of where I was, and it was honestly a great show. But I hadn't sold enough tickets to even be able to use the stage. There was probably 15 people there. Maybe some of them are here tonight, who knows? But it was one of the most difficult shows for me ever. A year later, I come back, I did Fortune Sound. I think we sold maybe 200 tickets. So, we all know it's been a rough couple years. I haven't been to Vancouver in a little bit. I come back here tonight, 3 years later, and over 5,000 tickets were sold tonight. I'm so appreciative, and I can't help but fucking wonder, do I have any day one Jack Harlow fans in the building tonight? Surely, right? Surely there's a couple people that were pre-2020 that were early to the party. Surely. Okay, we gonna put you to the test. Let's see where my day ones are at. She just wanna take no advice on the side of the road with the wrist on the dice. And the cats don't care cause we all gonna die. Yeah, we all gonna die. I was worried. I don't need a man, she's my other half. We got something that a lot of others have. And I feel like I know it from the past. I mean it just forward like lesbians. Let's go! Thank you for the best fucking show on my tour!
That was an amazing concert. I fucking love City Girls and Jack Harlow. We were so happy. The next day we got some coffee, I did some meal prep, and it was a really nice morning. And then I was off to therapy, and when I got home, me and my mom decided to check out the Car-Free Day, and we got some food. Everything was so delicious, and then it was time for me to head out. Me and Nicole were going on a walk together. We got 8 kilometers before we went to Rewind, which is a new brewery, and we all had a really fun hangout. It was so good to catch up with everybody, and then it was time to get home.
If you remember on Tuesday, I mentioned that I needed to rant about something. I mean, I have this place where I'm able to document my thoughts and everything, so I feel like it might be a nice place to just be able to get some stuff out and also to have it be used as like self-reflection like later, you know what I mean? So what I really come on here to say and rant about is the fact that
I am too nice, and I don't mean that in a good way at all. I feel like I have spent so much of my adult life just trying to please everyone else and be nice to everyone else. I've just been trying to make everyone happy no matter how inconvenient it could be for myself, and I just feel like a clown. I think it just comes from this intense desire for me to like be liked by people and to be seen as a good person. It probably stems from my childhood. Like when I was growing up, I felt like my parents didn't like me as much as my sister, and that they saw me as a bad person, and they obviously have a different relationship with my sister because she's a different person. But at the time, I don't think I really understood that because I was a literal child. I felt hyper criticized, and I honestly felt like a bad person. And I came into a relationship when I was like in high school, which I often felt like my ex made me feel like I was a bad person as well. So there was just a lot going on, to the point where I think sometime around the age of like 16 or 17, I kind of just hit this breaking point where I was like, I kind of decided that the safest way for me to exist in relationships was to just agree with everyone and do anything that I could to make other people in my life happy, regardless of how I felt. I think this ultimately manifested as hyper-perfectionism in academics, and then also this inability to really express when people were upsetting me and to like set boundaries with other people. And this like kept going until my mid-20s, aka right now. It's just sad because when people would do things to hurt me, I wouldn't tell them, and I kind of just assumed that if I did tell them, they wouldn't want to be my friends anymore. And my self-esteem was just clearly very not good. I do want to make it clear, like, I'm not trying to like self-victimize myself. Like, I have accountability in like these dynamics where maybe people don't treat me very kindly. Being nice is ultimately not always being kind. Like, it's not kind to not let people know when they've done things that have upset you. So things in the past year have ultimately come to a head. I've been forced to reevaluate a lot of the relationships in my life, and unfortunately there's been situations where I've kind of let my need to people please overpower, my other needs. But I think there's also been progress where I've had moments where I've expressed myself and I've been able to set boundaries, which has been really good. The scary thing about doing stuff like this is that ultimately people can decide not to change, and you setting a boundary can end up with you losing them. The thing that I was really scared about happening did happen. You do end up becoming more distant with people when you set boundaries. Sometimes when someone is used to a certain dynamic with you, especially one that may benefit them, it's really hard to change it. And thankfully other times people adapt and you guys are able to grow together and have like a better, more healthy relationship. Okay, but losing people is really hard. Even if someone has hurt you many times, letting go of them is really hard because no one is like either all good or all bad, and you obviously have like a lot of memories with somebody. Right now I just feel a lot of confusion and sadness and frustration about the unkind things that have happened. At this point, like, all I can do is take accountability for the role that I have played in our dynamic. I guess I'm talking about this right now because I'm sad, and there's so many like great things going on in my life right now, like with my job, and I'm really enjoying the people that I have, but I'm just really sad about the friendships that I'm growing out of. The only thing I really can control is how I treat other people. All I can think about is that I have been people pleasing for so long, and I've been nice, and for what? All it has led me to is being resentful, feeling used, and frustrated. You can't not tell people that you at least care about continuing a relationship with. You feel uncomfortable with something that they've done. You know what I mean? Like, you have to, like, if you expect any sort of change or any sort of like healthiness within your dynamic, you need to express this stuff. I just think it's like so fucking embarrassing to look back on like the years of people pleasing and the shit I used to let slide. Like, I tell people about shit and it's like,
How can I explain myself?
and you know what's the worst part? I still fucking care about what everyone has to say about me and what like people think about me. Like, it is fucking exhausting having to care about what other people are gonna think about you or what other people are gonna say behind your back. Like, it is not a way to live. And I have just reached this point where I'm like, I'm done. I can't do it. Like, I can't care all the time about everything that I'm doing wrong according to other people. I'm entering my villain era. Being fucking stupid and exaggerating. My villain era is just learning how to take care of myself, say no, and listen to myself. Because I just can't keep caring so much about what other people are thinking about me and saying about me. Kind of like hyperbolic, because I'm like, who the fuck is saying anything about you? But it's just like, a lot of it is just internal. You know what I mean? Like, I still feel like everything I do is like worth judging, and everything I do isn't enough for everyone else. So it's more about like finding this place where I can just live without caring what anyone thinks and just kind of do me, and you know, obviously lead with kindness and lead with trying to make the world better for other people, but also like trying to be there for myself. I think ultimately I just need to learn how to not validate my own goodness, my own self-worth based on external cues, and learn how to kind of appreciate who I am and what I do. I don't know. That's my rant. It was probably very weird, scattered. I feel like I have like some stuff going on right now, like personal wise, where I am growing in and out of like friendships and relationships. It's hard to process, and it's hard to get out of your own head in these particular cases. So I'll end the vlog off here because that was probably a fucking stupid long rant. I am very grateful if you're watching. I hope this hasn't been too boring. Wish me luck on my driver's test tomorrow. By the time you watch this, I probably would have already taken it and either passed or failed, but we will see. So yeah, I'll see you next week.